This looks familiar.
Record it. Record it. Oh, the already bus is here.
We've made it to St. Augustine. Say hi, everyone. Hi.
Can't wait to stop for you to get it. That means you want to keep them inside the trolley. Okay? Remain seated while the trolley's in motion. Your floorboards, running boards, and your shoes can all be really slippery. So you don't want anybody to go bump into the night. We already have enough ghosts as it is. Yeah. Whatever you want to do. Try to give me 5 seconds. Everybody go. The branches of a love tree, so they'll be with you forever and ever. But here on the right, where the tree branches meet in this lovely tree, you'll see the palm fronds that they spent right in the middle. That's what makes it the love. And occasionally you might see a raccoon in top 10 most beautiful trees in America, not named by me. National Geographic said so. So if you look at these trees, you notice that green stuff that's covering the branches. It's not their trees, leaves, but that green stuff. It's actually called resurrection bark. Now it's all crispy and crunchy and then you water it and it comes back from the dead. Just like, well, Frankenstein. It's like a teddy cat that's got claws. Wow. If an enemy soldier were to climb over a wall like this one, just a small scratch would cause a terrible, awful bacterial infection. A small scratch back then could be deadly. It didn't exactly have any kind of medicine. Stay though. Of course, the jail is haunted. Theoretically speaking. So what? I don't know about you, but personally speaking, I'm not going to investigate that. I've already done it already. The good thing is that our jail itself does have some documented things, and in fact, it's said to be one of the top.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. My name is Mrs. Fleming and I'm going to be your guide as we go through the Castile. You are here as guests of the National Park Service. And as guests of the National Park Service, you must abide by their rules. And they are as follows. At no time are you to sit, stand, kick, touch any one of the walls, any one of the cannons. Once we go inside, you're not allowed to be eating anything, so candy and gum. You are not allowed to drink anything that is not water, so just put a lid on it and stick it away. They're going to ask as we travel that you travel in a single file line, that you stay all the way to the right, and you do so as. Now, this fort was built to replace 9 wooden forts that stood within the general area of St. Augustine. Every one of those wooden forts, are you still without a guide?
They have one now.
Okay, okay. Every one of those forts were destroyed. So, ladies, it was the queen who dictated that another fort must be built. And the next one, it better be strong. So they went over to that island called Anastasia Island, and that's where they found this magical rock called, starts with co, ends with pina. Co. And coquina is what? Coquina is what? Seashells that are pressed together for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it forms a rock formation. Once it is dry, which might take about a year and a half, you can chip it into whatever size block you want. So if you look on this wall, you see block, and then mortar or concrete, block, mortar, over 400,000 blocks. And 23 years it took to build this fort. So they started it in 1672, it was completed in 1695. Once it was completed, they put white plaster on all the walls. They put red plaster on the guard tower. This structure was so large, it could be seen for miles off the shore. If you are a friend of Spain and you see this big red and white structure, you know it's safe to come into the harbor. You're the enemy, you better turn around and go the opposite way. Now, all of the cannon that you see are all real cannon. Anytime you see a black cannon, it's made out of iron. Anytime you see a green cannon, it's made out of bronze. The challenge with the iron cannon, sometimes they rust on the inside. If they rust on the inside, it weakens the barrel and it will not fire properly. The advantage of them, they cost less money. Now, the bronze cannons, they last longer, but they cost more money. So Spain has the same dilemma we have today. Do you want to buy something that's going to cost more money, that's going to last longer? Or do you want to buy something that's going to be cheaper, that's not going to last as long? Or does it depend on how much money you have?
Yeah.
Or is it a combination of all the above?
Combination of.
Single file behind me, please. So the next time you celebrate the 4th of July, think back a couple hundred years ago. Because if you were living in Florida, you would not be celebrating. Because you'd be losing that war. Now during that time period, the English actually lived in the fort. Spanish soldiers never did. Spanish soldiers came here to go to work, then they turned around and went back home. The English are here all the time. They had so many people, they had to put second stories onto the rooms. And if you want to sleep twice as many men, what kind of bed do you put in? So imagine 2 English soldiers on the top and 2 English soldiers on the bottom.
All right, inmates. Y'all follow me.
Alrighty, kids, we're going to do some introductories now. So my name is Florence, and I was put in your account of the arts. Paperwork might say something about witchcraft. I think all of us here, we all know it's the art. Now, what did y'all get arrested for? Raise your hand. Tell me all about it. You. Vandalizing. Nice. Group. You. That's just impressive. You. Axing them? Nice. Speaking. But sadly for you kids, I have to say about him anyway. So, in 1880, landed right here in St. Augustine, made this town a flourish. When he came here, he built a super fancy hotel, Ponce de Leon. All know it, all love it. Can't afford to stay at it. When he built it, though, he built it right across from our old jail, which is all fine and dandy to let us inmates making fun of all his rich folk. Yes, what about stuff? Complain about it. He gets all the way to that city council going, can y'all move your jail? No, sir, we can't move our jail. Where would our inmates go? He goes, fine. Comes back, second time going, I need y'all to move this jail. They went, no. But he goes, what if I give y'all $10,000? City council's like, of course we can move this jail. And he's like, great, got two stipulations. One, the new jail cannot look like a jail. As y'all can see, this thing is pink. It's got some nice Queen Anne Victorian design. It's not look like a jail. And two, it's got to be about a mile outside of town. I don't want no riffraff here in my city. So here it was built. 1891, mile and a half outside of town. But get this, those rich folks coming off this rail line, this thing here, a hotel. Now, do any of you kids know any hotels with big metal doors on them? Yep. No? Yeah, me neither. But apparently those rich folks do.
Ellie, let me see.
Oh, I missed it. You go. You actually got one of these.
You're pardoned.
Wait, hold on. Oh, you got extra instrument.
A bird. There's a bird.
there he is. And we have to give a big shout out to all of you for just being here today. As part of your proceeds. But if I'm not mistaken, this individual is at least a decent amount of years. I want to say
Oh, look. Is this the oldest? Is this the oldest school? It is. Look, the oldest.
Oldest wooden school. Wait, do I take a picture? Yeah. No.
Oh, something smells good. Starting again.